Welcome back to my playthrough of Hexen Beyond Heretic as the Cleric on the Pope difficulty, played through GZDoom. Today we are beginning the next hub, the Heresiarch Seminary. But first, a message from Corax.
Worship me, and I may yet be merciful. Then again, maybe not.
Yeah, shut up. Alright, to introduce you to the hub, you will meet several of these serpents on these like little balconies here. And you'll meet new enemies too. And some new enemies might be rehashes of old enemies, but let's use the percolator on them. Take that, you piggies. We'll drop down into here and meet the Dark Bishops. They're basically disciples of the Sparrow, but Hexen style. They aren't as strong as the disciples of the Sparrow, but in mass they do quite a bit of damage. Their projectiles are like in a semi-zigzag kind of way, but they do some slight homing, so you want to watch out for them. Now the projectiles individually aren't too damaging, but if you get hit by all of them, you'll get quite a pounding. Right, so let's use the Serpent Staff and do our own zigzagging, just so we can get some suckage out of these guys. Right, that works. Let's use the sippy juice too. And go into the dark area. I don't like the dark, it's scary. But we're just gonna run all the way over here, kill some Dark Bishops. And some of these guys. Sometimes this area will open up and spew out some items. If it does, there will also be some enemies in it too. I think it's a random thing, but it can't be helped. So let's just continue on and hang around this part while we wait for some of these guys to do some infighting, also congregate towards this area. Because we're going to clear them all out. I'm going to use the Firestorm because they like to bundle up. And look, this is a new enemy, sort of. It's a Slaughtar. You've heard of the Centaur, now get ready for the Slaughtar. They're centaurs who do pretty much all the things centaurs do, except they shoot projectiles from their shields now. Probably the most evil enemy in the game, because they can still reflect at you, but I don't think they can reflect while they're shooting from their shields, but they still reflect when they go into a pain state. Anyways, let's continue our slaughter of the non-slaughters. Since some of these guys are just hanging around here in the middle, we're just gonna get rid of all the enemies and call it a day. Grab some mana too. And avoid the serpent there, but kill this one. Okay, so now we've cleared this area out, we can go into these little holes and bully these Afrits. One at a time. Let's give this one the suck. And do the same for this one. While you're in these areas, you want to flip all these switches. And you can also do the same for this area too. So let's repeat the process. And kill them all. Right. They're all dead. Good. Now we've flipped all those switches, we can go down there. But first, I want to go up here and flip the switch and maybe kill a serpent if he isn't dead already. Which he is, thankfully, because I killed him earlier. And I'll do the same for this part. So I want to get those discs. This one isn't dead though, so let's finish him off. Right. And these guys appear, but not for long. Alright, so this is a centaur, I believe. It's pretty much hard to tell if they're a centaur or a slothar until they start shooting at you. That one up there, he's definitely a slothar, but while we're around here, we're just gonna, you know, break those trees and flip the switch. Very important to flip the switch. It's very well hidden, but when you flip it, you'll be able to fight this guy and fight another guy who's hiding behind here. And these areas get kind of broken as a result of their hiding. But it's fine. We're just gonna kill everything here, and thankfully there's no infinite height to block us off. So this area could be a lot worse if these guys were just like blocking your way. But right, let's continue on into this area and kill this guy, not run into his projectiles. And go up here and do a sick jump across. Well, maybe not. Sometimes you can do a sick jump, but sometimes I can't, so whatever. All depends on if you're good at movement or not. Even if you can't do a sick jump, you can just go through here again and just grab the disc of repulsion. That's what I wanted to do. I want to get all the discs. But let's just get out of here and go into this area with these two serpents and beat them up. Then go into this area with all the Afrits and get what we've been longing for the longest time. Wraith Verge. These Afrits, though, they don't deserve to feel the wrath of Wraith Verge. So I'm just gonna finish them off with my conventional weapons. Well, they're not really all that conventional. One's a staff and the other's a spell. Well, let's break all these. Some of them may drop mana, but one of them I know for a fact has a Dark Bishop in it. Like, what is that? How do you hide an entire bishop in a vase? Sometimes these vases have Afrits in them, but an entire Dark Bishop. What a joke. Right, so we're gonna go into here now and give these guys a similar treatment, because they suck. You too. I'm gonna use the sippy juice as well, because why not? And then we can use this wall to lower these walls, and they'll lead up to a certain area, but I'm just gonna make sure I grab everything first. And as you may or may not see, there are some enemies up there, and I think these enemies will be perfect for using Wraith Verge on, because we're gonna go up here and fire it once, twice, and look at those specters tear everything apart. Sometimes they misses though, but that's my fault. But let's try that again. And there we go. Wraith Verge is probably one of the most powerful weapons I've ever used in a video game. If I can use it right, which is most of the time the case. But anyways, if you flip the switch, you can go back down there. You want to grab the icon of the defender while you're around here. And grab all the mana too. And I will go back down there because I want to go back into this hallway. And also go back down here and bully these guys. And these Slothar in particular, because they suck. No more projectiles from you, buddy. Right, so now that we've finished that off, we're gonna open this up. You want to use this, it'll lower the stairway and also open a door here, which is where you want to go. There'll be Dark Bishops here, but you can just use Wraith Verge on them too. Who knows, you might get a stray Etten into the whole mix as well. You can also grab the Falcon Shield right there. It's very good for the Cleric. And we'll use Wraith Verge on these Bishops too. Just tear everything apart. Now we're gonna go into this dark area because it leads here. And it also has a switch here that you can flip. And now we can drop down into here, grab this combined mana, and I'm gonna call it for this video. So yeah, this first part was just crazy, wasn't it? But that's how you get to the first area you can go to. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video where I actually go into this area. But until then, toodaloo.